There are two ways of looking at work. You can be very good at what you do, or you can be very passionate about what you do. In the best of worlds, those two ideas merge together, and you're being very good at what you do and you feel passionate about it. It depends on how you approach that. If you're very good at something, but the passion has gone, it's very difficult to re-imbue what you're doing with that sense of passion. However, if you're very passionate about something, and you may not be the best person to do this, this is something you can train. You can become better at doing certain things within your own personal limits, of course. But if you had that particular limit in the first place, you wouldn't be good at it to start with. So it's always better to feel passionate and then build on that passion than being very good at something and trying to bring the passion back into it. Why am I talking about this? From my personal experience, I was working in an environment where I was doing something I appeared to have been very good at. I've been kept on that job for a very long time, and I decided on my own to leave it because the passion had gone. I felt hollow. I was doing my job well, but I didn't enjoy it. And I switched to something that I was passionate about, being self-employed, being very specific about what I do, and not just following orders to do what I'm very good at, but to do something that I felt had an advantage for the people I worked for. And that wasn't an easy choice, because let's face it, following your passion doesn't necessarily pay your bills. And it hasn't for me for a long time. But after a while, I realized I was getting better at this. Why? Because being in your passion, you can train what you do and you can become better at it. And that's exactly what happened to me. I started doing what I like to do more. And at some point I realized that I got a lot of satisfaction out of it. I seem to have gotten better at it, good enough for people to keep employing my services and learning in the process. So in a way, this is more of a process of becoming better and learning while you're doing it and being very happy to keep learning while you're doing it, rather than continuing what you already know and not getting any satisfaction out of it. This is my very personal journey, and it may not apply to you, but what I'd ask you to do is think about that balance between being good at something in the first place and maybe having passion for it, or being very passionate about something and maybe knowing exactly what you're doing to a certain level. It depends which of the two is the more important one to you. And maybe, just maybe, there is a time in your life when you may want to switch from one to the other. And that's not a one-way road either. You could switch from a job where you're being very good but you don't feel well into something you feel passionate about. Or you could move from your passion into something that pays the bill. It's really just clutter. It's clutter in the form of a certain belief. The belief that I'm doing well with this thing and I'm not so sure about what other things might be out there. Or, on the other hand, a belief I'm very good at this, but in fact you may not be. And you may be better off doing something you're good at but you're not passionate about. Clutter in here. So think about that. Come to your own conclusions. Stay clutter aware and maybe come back next time. If you want more, there are options. Click the round logo to subscribe to this channel, or select the playlist in the middle to see more content, or check out the links in the description below. Oh, and feel free to like this video.